Bryant Family Medicine, All Sports Media, Wednesday Sports Talk Show hosted to you by Edward Hall and co-hosted by Mark Gregory. We got a great couple of guests coming on, good lineup. Mackenzie Webb from Bell County and Jocelyn Woosley from Louisville, Mail, a little bit up north from us, but always love bringing her on. And we'll be probably talking about a sport that I don't think that we've ever discussed in here. So quite interested to get started on that and just learn a few things about that sport. But I honestly think Edward is live. The one and the only Edward is live. He's slowly getting past his stage fright, and that's frightening me, folks. Edward, the show is yours. And he ain't gonna say a word. He's just gonna keep clicking through all these little backgrounds. And it's not even
Well,
Halloween.
first off, you still got to be in the Halloween spirit.
I'm in the Christmas spirit. Actually, I'm ready for Thanksgiving. And I'm eating a cookie.
Well, first off, while you're eating your cookie, we're going to take time to thank our sponsors.
The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackelford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606-344-0217, or you can reach me by email, heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
Edward, I'm just going to make this for the record. I've said this 1,000 times. But Heather's commercial is so much better than theirs. It ain't funny. She put a running clock on her commercial. She put us out the first quarter. We need to up her game on her commercial. Yeah, our commercial's that. The Heather Martinez, I bet, gets a standing ovation per commercial.
So, while we're waiting on our first guest, we got a few minutes before she comes on. First off, I want to thank all
I'm still mad over a commercial.
The parents and the schools that had reached out to me over this volleyball season to allow me to make some milestone graphics. And while we got a minute, we're going to go over a few of them and talk about some of them, Mark, as long as I think I've got all of them posted on here. But you had Mylan Miner from Scott reach her 2,000th kill, Mark.
It's unbelievable. And love covering these girls for the last couple of years. And I believe they suffered a heartbreaking loss there in the first round. But they'll be back.
And then I just had the privilege of doing this the other day. And this is Mylan Miner also broke the all-time school record in kills. She officially had in her career 2,182 official kills, Mark.
Well, that would probably be about 2,100 more kills than I would have in a career.
Probably 2,181 more kills than what you would have. But also, while you're talking about Scott, you had Ryan Grigsby break the all-time school record in assists with 2,895 and counting.
And that's crazy.
And here she was above the all-time school record with 3,000. So, she does a little bit of it all out there, Mark.
Yeah, that's being everywhere. That'd be like how I'd be on the court.
Probably not. But also, while we're talking about Scott, you had Milan Minor break the all-time school record in digs, if I'm not mistaken, with 1,442 and counting.
The digs are. I mean, I've been covering up volleyball the last few years. It just hurts me to watch some of these girls how they dive and give their bodies up for the balls. Uh, you know, if I hit one time, I'm breaking a hip. So I mean, that just shows you what kind of conditioning these young females are have to do to be able to survive a whole season.
And then you had Aaliyah Patton from West Carter reach her 1,000th dig.
That's 1,000 digs. I mean, basically, that's probably 999, maybe 900 something literally hits to the floor. Edward. I mean, honestly, you covered enough volleyball yourself. How many dives and hits to the floors do you think you could take within a game style?
Nowhere as near as many as they do. Nowhere.
I mean, I've seen some of these girls basically dive up almost in the stands, flop backward, land on their backs, just anything to fight for that ball, fight for possession, and that's it.
Yeah, see, Bryant's got it. I said Mark ain't diving for nothing unless it's Taco Bell or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not diving. I know. I'd bust a hip and I'd never be the same.
Then you have West Carter's Mallory Hicks break her 1,000th kill.
Again, just shows you we've got so many athletes across this state. It's unreal, and it's an honor to be able to just be able to make these graphics when they reach their milestones.
You've got it absolutely right. The only thing Mark's diving for would be food.
Absolutely. And I'm actually getting ready to dive in another one of these cookies. And the sad part about it is, I don't even know how old they are, but they still taste good.
Then you had Rihanna Brown break her 1,000th assist.
Just another, again, these are milestones, and it's very honored to be able to put this stuff out for.
Absolutely, and I say it, you say it, we all say it about every game we go to, every coach we get to talk to, every student athlete. Please, these milestones right here, that's exactly what it is. It's huge milestones. Please feel free to reach out to me any given time, any day of the week, and please allow me to make these graphics. And I got a little child that wants to come up here and say hi to everybody.
But on a serious matter, and I want to say this before we get going on the show, because we do get a little funny when it comes to our show, but I want to send prayers out to the Louisville area. Devastating plane crash up there, and the fatality totals are going up more and more. I think the last I saw was 11. Just a horrible incident up there, and be Louisville strong, and we're praying for you, and just only thing you can really say in a situation like that is just prayers up, and just a really, really awful thing. I'm sure everybody's seen the videos and hearing upward all these hundreds of gallons of whatever jet line fuel that was burning, and the fire was so high, the smoke, it was basically making a radar reflection, and it just that's, I don't know, just furs up, and just a horrible, horrible.
Absolutely. And, like you said earlier, this may be, I know it's our first, and this could possibly be the first ever, live show interview with a flag football athlete. I'm excited to talk to her about it and kind of get to know a little bit more understanding. And, from the stats that I can see here, she's absolutely killing it, which I'll read them off to you once we get her on. And I'd love to bring on a flag football player every week to get the knowledge of the game. That way, when we get the opportunity to go cover that, we can better promote the athletes.
Yeah, I've been around the corner a little bit, been doing this for a while, and I know from any previous show, the previous radio or anything like that, I've not ever been involved in a conversation / interview over flag football. And again, these young males, females, they're going to put the same amount of work into this sport as anybody else will in the sport that they do, and they deserve the credit. And I'm like you, Edward. I'm very interested in being just, I know everybody knows what the game of football is, but this has to be. There has to be a lot of differences in this point. And I'm interested just to know, the difference between a flag football game and a regular game of tackle football. It's just it's very interesting. And again, that's the reason why we bring these student athletes on, because they teach us.
Absolutely. And, our first guest that, we'll be bringing on right here shortly, I'm excited to talk to her too. And Lisa said she is amazing all around, and yes, she is. We've had the privilege of getting to cover her and seeing her firsthand in softball, and not only is she an amazing athlete, but she is also an amazing young lady to get to speak with. And I'm excited to get to speak with her. And we got a wrestler coming on for right here in about a minute or so, and that's another sport that I know all about, like watching the wrestling on the TV, but inside the mat, doing it their way, learning with each student athlete we bring on.
Well, I'm getting to understand wrestling more and more. I got the privilege. A wrestler is on my school bus route, and we know who that is, and she's been very, very helpful to us and helped us on quite a few shows too. So I learn from her every day, and I know she's psyched and ready for the new season too, and she's pumped. I mean, she could. I'm not going to give names out there, but I don't want to steal nobody's thunder. But no, she's put the work in this summer. And the body's totally different, and I'm interested to see how wrestling goes, because we'll be talking to one of the state's best. I haul one of the state's best. Just seeing how far these girls go this year, and it's wrestling's an up and coming sport, folks. And all thing you have to do is just go to these wrestling meets, and you'll see the people that go to these wrestling meets. They fill these gyms up.
Absolutely. Well, you're talking about
I'm so ready right
wrestling
now. I'll get
athletes.
you in the headlock right now, Edward. I'll get you in the headlock right now. I'm so psyched.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Right
I'll
here.
let our first guest go ahead and put you in a headlock and see if you can
No,
see
no,
if you
no.
can
That
get
would
out
be
of it.
unfair. If she'd let me tap out or something.
Mackenzie, do you think you can put him in a headlock and make him tap out pretty quickly?
Yeah.
Well, see,
Uh,
discussion done over, Mark.
okay, first question before we ever get started on you. Are they a tap out in wrestling? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, have you ever had anybody try to actually tap out on you? You had them down. They just wouldn't let them.
they kept tapping me when I was wrestling them.
Like let go of me. Uh, so there's not like a give up or tap out at all. Well,
No.
okay.
Well, I'm officially out.
Yeah. I'm not getting
I'll
it.
stay on the sidelines. So, Mackenzie, first off, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on and listen to me and Mark ramble on.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So, I just got to ask you, what have you done to get yourself prepared for this season?
Well, all throughout the summer I went to multiple camps, including Iowa twice. That was my second year going. A lot of open mats, and we weightlift a whole bunch. I've been trying to get on a meal plan to get leaner, to show my muscles and get faster. And my mom's on the side putting me in like agility classes just to move faster on bottom and just move my feet.
There you go. Now talk, Mark. See,
Well, she's making me feel guilty. She's talking about a meal plan and all this other stuff. I'm sitting here eating cookie after cookie after cookie. Yeah, now I feel bad.
well, that is your meal plan.
Well, these things are good. I what they are. Mackenzie, let me ask you another question before I ever get you again. I don't even know even how old these cookies are, and I'm still eating them. Would you still eat them?
Probably.
Oh yeah, I knew I liked her for a reason. They still
What
taste
I
decent.
think
I
I
don't.
got, I think I got told once upon a time. Ain't there something at at McDonald's you like to devour?
Big Macs? Yes, I love Big Macs.
See, she was out talking. She was talking meal plan there 5 minutes ago. Now we got her in cookies and Big Mac. So we need to shut up. We're gonna get in trouble here. That's it. That's Edward for you. I tell you, Edward's a troublemaker. I tell you right.
Well, I mean, I eat food at McDonald's too. So I mean,
Yeah, but you're not the wrestler. She's gonna be competing statewide. You're just. Well, never mind.
but Mark, the floor is yours.
You talked about the changes you're doing with your body and stuff like that. Um, other than the body and stuff like that, are there any without giving your opponent anything about are you working on new stuff or are you just trying to like perfect the stuff that you was doing?
Yeah, I've been working on a little bit of bottom because I'm not the best at bottom right now. So I've been working my way into it.
I, I'm not going to call you old or anything like that. You got your whole life ahead of you, but you've been doing this for. Can I say you've been doing this for a while without making you feel too old? Okay, you've been doing this for a while, and do you see like the momentum that I'm seeing to the sport? Like I went to a couple of meets last year, and I know that these gyms was packed. I mean, do you
Yeah.
see more and more like following for the sport?
Yeah, we have a bunch of girls that just joined. Like, it was way more than last year. Like, the girls wrestling has like completely grown since my first year of wrestling.
Yeah, that's happened. That's happened at the school I work at too. They've had a big influx of girls that started wrestling this year. Um, and we know the levels that you have wrestled at and stuff like that. Uh, I mean, we're allowed to brag on you. I know you're humble and stuff like that, but we can brag on you. But when you're going against somebody that's starting, um, I'm not going to say are you easy on them, or are you trying to teach them, or how do you approach that?
Well, I'm a little of both. Like my first day of wrestling, I was just thrown into the wolves, and that's how I learned with people more experienced than I was. So
Yeah.
like, I'm kind of on the either side. I'll teach
So
them as they go if they mess up, but yeah.
so you don't care if they're new or not. You're gonna put them down if you have to, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Well, you see, honestly, that's how I would do Edward. Edward get in the ring with me. I'd put him out within about 3 seconds. I'd hit him with forearm, drop kick him, poke him in the eye. Be all she wrote. But
Well, I think half of what you said is kind of illegal.
well, it's only illegal if you're caught doing it.
Well, as slow as you move, Mark, you would get caught.
uh, so, are do you just have are your schedule? Is your schedule finalized right now? I mean, first meet, all that stuff. So when did it start for you?
My first meet starts November 29th, but we have scrimmages around like I think next Tuesday and then like the week after that.
So where is your first meet at?
Mercury Central.
Missouri Central. Yeah, I actually took the wrestling team up there last year. They do a good job up there. And the one thing I got to brag about McQuarrie Central is the hospitality rooms. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I give it double thumbs up.
You give
Ev-
double thumbs up to anything, it's free food.
Well, this is free everything. Pops, it's like all you can eat buffet there. I went there, ate, took a nap, ate again, took a nap,
Ate
ate again.
again,
Yeah.
probably took another nap.
Well, I went out there, watched a little wrestling, and come back in and ate again.
See what I got to deal with.
Eh, I know you're trying to eat right, but Mackenzie, a little bit of a funny question. How hard is it to try to stay away from that food? That about every wrestling meet I went to, they always had hospitality rooms.
Well, it's kind of hard, but like I just realized my goals and my future and how I want to be when I'm older, get into college more.
Okay, I gotta ask you this one though. Are you the type? Because you see it, I've seen it a lot last year, especially. You go into like the front foyer or something like that. You have about 100 kids with blankets and pillows and their own little setup. Or do you do that too?
Yes, I do that. I sleep in the bleachers until somebody has to wake me up or yell my name to get up.
Well, now that would be something I'd be real good at. You give me a blanket and a pillow, I can sleep with the best of
After a long,
them.
like 14 hours, those bleachers are like my bed.
Guarantee
Listen, if they had a competition for sleeping, I believe Mark could win the state championship in that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hand me the trophy.
Give him a little sleeping story about him. We're coming back from Rome, Georgia. Him and everybody else saying they're going to stay awake. That way, if I need a swap out for a driver, 2 minutes later, going down a bumpy road to look back, he's just knocked out, and everybody else around me is asleep.
Mackenzie, can I finish that story real quick? I'm gonna
Yeah.
interrupt Edward again. I am like scared to death of thunderstorms. Okay, that's like one of my worstest fears. Yeah, I kid you not. They're giving like a tornado warning for the area that we're at. You could actually even hear the sirens going off, the rain and wind hitting about as hard as it can. And I'm like, Edward, pull off the road. No, I'm gonna get home. Like, pull off the road. I'm gonna get home. And he's like driving through this without pulling off.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
it's like literally the storm just kept following us because it's going the same direction as we was. It's like it was crazy. It like followed us like half a state up.
I probably would have done the same thing.
Well, the thing is, I beat the storm.
The storm's
But
bother
the
you
part that he's failing to tell you is the only part of rain we was getting was a little sprinkle. Everything else was behind us, and he was, screaming
Yeah,
like my little
because you was doing
3-year-old
about
daughter or
100 mile
whatever.
per hour on wet roads, sliding around curves and everything else. I
Listen,
got
if you ain't
beat their
sliding, you ain't
storm.
trying. If you ain't sliding, you ain't trying.
Hate see what I go through. I had hair before that night.
You had less hair that night.
Mhm.
I give up. But on a serious note, if I'm not mistaken, I think when you was in at Bell Central, I believe you won a state championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So tell me how you felt the moment that you got announced that you won that match.
I was in shock. It was from going like as a little 8th grader, like from now as my point of view, I went to state and I didn't really do good, like at all. I went 0-2 as soon as possible. Like I got pinned in 2 seconds. So that kind of like brought my confidence down a little. So as soon as I got there, I had this mindset going like I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be good. Everybody is just sitting here. I have a whole bleachers filled with people that love me and have like all of this pressure on me saying I got to do this, I got to do this for me, and it was just crazy. I had a lot of people supporting me that day, so that's also why.
So, Mark, Lisa commented saying, so sleeping through it made you feel more safe. LOL Storm Chasers.
Well, me being a storm chaser, I'd be like ER chasing because once I saw the first big storm, you better might as well just send me to the ER. It is, yeah. Me no like storms. No, don't like storms.
So,
Snakes,
talking about that
spiders don't bother me, but a black cloud come after me, I run and hide. I like storms.
it don't even have to rain. It's just got to make a loud boom, and it's done for you. But hey, you done made me lose my train of thought, Mark.
And actually, they're giving storms Friday too, and it's
Oh, now I remember. So you've got to see that your schedule and season is finalized. Is there a certain like meet or anything that you're more excited to get to attend and go to?
Yeah, I'm excited for our Hatfield McCoy one in Parkville. I did it a couple years ago, and I didn't place that well. And I want to see how well I'm going to place this year now that I've worked on all of this.
Hatfield. So is that on a weekend, weekday, or?
That's on a weekend.
Well, Mark, you pay for all the gas. We'll ride up to Park.
I'm telling you, the events are more than worth it for sure. And like I said, I got the honor going to a couple of them last year, and these events are really competitive. And I know it ain't fun for the athletes out there. They got to do all the work, but they're really fun and really energetic. And I'm telling you, if you've not been to a wrestling meet, you need to go to one. They're really fun to watch.
So, speaking of a wrestling meet, I know there's a lot of stuff that's legal and a lot of stuff that's illegal that you can't do. So, how hard is it to keep it like balanced during the course of a match, not to step over the boundaries?
It's really hard, especially I don't like when I wrestle people. I don't like when they pull my hair or like punch me in my head, because I know I wouldn't do that in a match. So why are you gonna do it to me? So one time I was wrestling this girl and she pulled my headgear off, like with my hair. I had a chunk full of hair come out. My headgear flew off and I just attacked this girl. The ref threw the headgear up to get it out of the way.
So we probably don't want to know all the details of you attacking this girl, what you might have did to her. Did they get a little violent?
It did at first, and then
It did first, and once I knocked her out, I eased up on her. Yeah, I can see that.
So, needless to say, when you get a little angry, it's kind of hard to keep that composure of not wanting to like just pick them up, body slam them, and like catch them with the elbow or something.
yes.
So could you like point and tell the ref at that fan saying something and like pick him up and suplex him while he's not looking?
Wait, what?
I said, could you tell the ref that the fan is talking and like suplex somebody when the ref's not looking?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I got you now, Mark. We got the next match.
You need to film me and Edward on a wrestling match because we both fall down the mat and neither one of us get up.
Just be a bunch of people squirming. But Mark, go ahead.
Mackenzie, you talked about one of the athletes got you a little bit fired up. Do you wrestle better when you're locked in and not as mad, or can you wrestle better if somebody's lit that fire in you a little bit more?
I can wrestle better. I'm kind of on both. Like, it depends on the day.
So like if you're having a bad day, get out of your way more or less. Well, we know if we don't see her smiling on a trip, open the door for her or something, Yeah. Just like you added a lot of new wrestlers you was speaking of. What kind of? And I'm sure that you're trying to teach them and get them ready also. But what kind of what can you tell them or what kind of information can you give them to get them ready for to get them at the level that you're wrestling at? I mean, what do they need to do?
Just keep coming to practice, keep showing up.
Just take the beatings, and eventually you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
I knew we had a good interview here. I mean, she just being brutally honest. We're just gonna keep beating the crap out of you until you get better. One way or the other here. I mean, honestly, that is a good approach. I mean, because they're not going to be when they're thrown in the fire. That will absolutely get them ready for that. And yeah, I actually like that approach. I mean, a lot. I mean, I know you do, Edward. I mean, that's the way to do it. We ain't going soft on you. We're bringing it to you. Yeah, but
absolutely.
And are they any certain? And I don't want you. You don't have to call anybody out or anything like that. But are they like any certain locations that you enjoy going better than others, or are they all about the same?
They're just all about the same. I like going to this one meet because we get pink medals, though.
Do you enjoy the long road trips on the buses, or are you more like you'd rather just stay at home?
I do on some days, but on the way back, it's just like everybody is talking and the bus is so loud, and I just want to sleep.
Well, that's what I do on my regular normal stuff. I'm a bus driver, and guess what? They won't allow me to sleep.
Well, I mean, there's reason behind that. You're driving the bus. I mean,
Yeah, but Mackenzie, she knows. On these trips, most of the student athletes go out, snap or they're listening to their music. They're in their own little world. You Now just think of me. Put yourself in my shoes as a bus driver when the whole bus is sleeping, and it's like 12 o'clock at night, and you're going up a back road that's raining, and the whole bus is sleeping. Oh, I can't get sleepy. Oh yeah. And then especially like it when you turn the music up, turn it off. Yeah. Or while really here, turn the heat on. Freeze to death. Yeah, yeah. See, she sees some semi truth in that, or she ain't denying it. Do you get cold easy, Mackenzie? Are you one that wants the heat on the bus, or you want the air
Yeah,
on the bus?
on the bus. If I could, I'd bring my comforter with me.
Yeah, half my bus, about every other seat's got covers in it. Yeah. But Edward gets
so
cold.
I get cold easy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave it at that. That's another story for another day.
Yeah. When we bring Mackenzie back on, if we get her back on, she might not ever want to come back on. I don't come back on that show again. But if we get her back on, I'm gonna tell Mackenzie the football story that you said to me.
Okay.
Listen, you can't believe him.
Yeah.
So, Mackenzie, we do put together a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is our way of saying thank you for taking your time.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure one of them has changed since the last time he was on here. But out of the two we made, kind of tell me which one of the two you like the most.
Okay. I really like that one. Oh, I love that one. I think I like that one.
We rolling. The lightning struck again. Lightning striking everywhere, it's all over the place.
Listen, we're going to have a pre-show talk that you can't be bribing our guests no more.
Mackenzie, I'll pay you after I get some money from Edward.
Okay.
Listen, bribery is not the way to go, Mark.
Well, we rule this show with an iron fist and an open palm. We will take bribes.
But Mackenzie, from everything I've got to see and research, you're killing it. I'm looking forward to actually trying to be able to. No, it don't work if you're bribing them. It don't work. It don't count if you're bribing them. That don't count. But I am looking forward to hopefully trying to be able to get out to one of these wrestling meets. That way I can be there firsthand and be able to try to give you the coverage that you deserve. And, looking forward to trying to get you back on again. And, I just want to wish you best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Mark?
Mackenzie, just keep on keeping on. And sorry we kept you on here for 2.5 hours. I know you got better things to do than rambling on for us between school and what you do, your career stuff, wrestling, all that stuff. But Again, thank you for coming on. Keep
Yep.
on keeping on. You're a great interview. Love having you on. And you get it. You come on here, you laugh with us, and you understand it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. What can you say other than a great interview? And you're gonna have to quit bribing people.
Well, if it's your money, sky's the limit.
Absolutely not.
But piggybacking on what she said, and that caught my attention was, she said they added a bunch of new girls, and like I said, I on my bus I haul two wrestlers, and that's exactly what they've been telling me about all the new wrestlers that they've added. So it's definitely a sport that's catching a lot of momentum.
Absolutely. And you talking about you know athletes in sports? You ready to bring on our next guest?
Absolutely.
So first off, I want to thank you for taking your time to come back on and chit chat with us again.
Thank you for having me.
But this time it's a little bit different sport than the normal sport we bring you on for. So I just got to ask you, the thoughts on how your season's going.
I think our season's going really well. We've gotten a lot better, especially from the first game. Our first game wasn't the best, but then we took what we needed from that game and learned from it and went to practice like dedicated and got better.
So if I'm not mistaken, some of the stats, I don't know if they're completely updated yet, but you was number two in the state for receiving. Then you had like 4 or 5 interceptions, which I think was also number two. You was averaging about close to 30 yards on punt returns and had multiple punt returns for a touchdown, and which was also number two. So I just got to ask you, how do you do that?
Um, I just continue to work and focus at practice more and just lock in during the game and have my mindset set on that and have goals for each game.
Absolutely. But you had your first comment already from Lisa Clark saying the Queen. But Mark, I know you've got thousands of questions, so the floor is yours.
Barely still serious on this, but first off, Jocelyn, prayers out to you. I was talking about a terrible incident in Louisville. Hopefully, no family friends was affected by you in that. But if so, sorry. If you know anybody that was involved in any of that, that's a horrific plane accident out there, and the fatalities keep rising, and just horrible all the way around. But uh, prayers out to you and your town. Well, I'm not saying town, city of Louisville. Much bigger than what we live in, but uh, flag football. Well, look at it. I mean, you know, most people knows the game of football, and are they much differences in what you do in just the regular game of tackle football? I mean, are there any differences other than you just not tackling, or are they any other thing? I mean,
There's
anything different?
there's a couple differences, like you have to grab flags, and if like their flags get knocked off, but like and you don't grab them, it's a two-hand touch, and you have to run with the ball out like this. You can't run with it by your side because it's technically flag guarding. And we also, for like extra points, we don't kick it in. We go for a 1 point conversion, a 2 point, or a three, and do like a normal touchdown.
So, like the 1.2.3, is it just like further away from the end zone?
Yes.
Oh. And you were talking about holding the ball out like that. I mean, how hard? I mean, it would be for me. And I'm not saying audience has got small hands, and I've got pretty good size. It'd be hard for me to constantly do that, especially if it's raining or something. How hard is that to hold that ball out like that? That somebody just knocked it out of your hand real easy.
Well, even if they knock it out of your hand and you drop it, wherever it gets knocked out of your hand is where the ball is at.
Okay, so okay. See, that's the reason why we brought you on to teach us about this sport. That's really interesting. And just how many teams like in your area? And they were, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't really know of any schools that does that around here. I mean, like in your area, or how many teams are involved in this that you know of?
I'm not uh, I'm not for sure of how many, but it's a growing, and it's like getting bigger as we go on with the years, because like this is our first year where like some schools have like teams that are involved in it, and then some schools have like teams that are just
Hello, is that my internet, Edward, or did you freeze up, or
I think she froze up. There we go. But Brian also said it's 7v7, Mark.
man, this is really interesting. Are you back? I saw something. Jocelyn, if you hear us, you would probably better off just removing yourself and then trying to click back on the link.
okay.
Okay, you back? Okay.
But that's pretty interesting what we've learned so far about it already.
Yeah, hopefully she gets her signals up back on here. Yeah, that's um Lisa, maybe I could ask you this question too, and like I asked Jocelyn, I, Edward, are there any schools around here that's doing that you know of here in their part of the
Well,
state?
I don't know if they're still doing it, but I do know a couple years ago, I can remember a few Bell County softball players said that they just came from a flag football game, but I don't know if that's still in effect or not.
Yeah. Are you back with us?
Yeah, it just kept kicking me out, and it like froze.
And we was also told it's 7-on-7. Um,
Yes.
so so how is that? Just tell me, 7-on-7, how you usually normally line up with 7 players.
Can you repeat that, please?
How you would line up with 7 players? Is it like three on the line and two receivers, or
It just depends on which play we're doing, because we can either line up with two directly on the line on one side and then three on the other. It just depends.
what? And if I'm reading hearing your stats right, you play wide receiver.
Yes, and safety on defense.
Okay. So which one you rather do? Catch the touchdown, or get the big interception?
Um, it kind of depends because I'm a little bit in the middle for both, but I like defense more because I'm really aggressive and I can go for like any flags. I can go diving for flags and go up for interceptions.
Absolutely. Um, and again, I know I'm asking you 1,000 questions, but I mean, I'm learning. I'm learning from you because if ever to even be honest with you, we're clueless with flag football as far as how it's run, and but thankfully we got athletes like you that could teach us. So then, when we do go to these events, we'll actually be able to cover them the way we should be covering them and give you all the attention you deserve. Um, are they like flags and stuff called in this game? Can you get a holding call and stuff like that?
Yes, and especially if your flags aren't like able to be seen because they have to be over top of your jerseys. Like you have to have your jerseys tucked in. And like there can be like false starts and like if you have a personal foul, like if you're talking back to the other team.
Wow.
Well, I've done been flagged because I'm a horrible trash talker. I've done been ejected.
So so are you guys getting close to like playoff time right now, or you?
Yes, we have 2 games left at least because we were supposed to play today, but since we didn't have school, we didn't get to. So we don't know when that game's going to get moved to, but next week we play.
Hmm. So
So,
go ahead, Avery.
well, I was just getting ready to ask if it was, do you have like a regular 10 game season, or do you have like more of what you can get scheduled?
It just depends because we had our schedule already set and then it they changed it by adding another game into it.
Go ahead, Mark. I know you had a couple
I,
more
I
there.
I could ask her 1,500 questions to keep her on here for 2.5 days until she just leaves on her own. This is really, really good stuff here for real. And we
Absolutely.
absolutely have to get a trip up north and watch one of these and get some pictures and get this. This is interesting.
So is there like a certain day of the week that you play only, or multiple days?
Most of our games are on Wednesdays.
So they're gonna ask you what's your favorite part about playing flag football?
I think being able to like catch the ball and have fun with my teammates and celebrate.
And you said this is the first year that your school had done a team.
Yes, this is our very first year.
So I'm laugh that are you playing teams that's had teams for quite a few years, or
Yes, our first game was against a school that has had it for almost 2 years.
so now that leads me up to I do got to ask you, how does your practices work out?
Our practices just go based off of like every day of the week, like whenever we can. But like when we're at practice, you like have to be locked in. And if you're like goofing off or something, we get on the line and do line touches or full field. It just depends on what type of practice it is. Because
Um,
some practices we listen to music and like have fun and talk, but like big games where we need to lock in and get our stuff together is when we can't goof off and we're focused on doing what we need to do.
got a question from Lisa, and if I'm guessing, that's a last name and another name, or I absolutely love that name, Lisa Rambo Clark. I need to watch Rambo, but Joshua, do you feel flag football will grow in years to come?
Yes, I feel flag will grow in years to come because colleges that are already there's colleges already buying into it like NAIA schools. and it's already growing over for high schools.
And she's actually got another question mark. And Lisa said, do you see yourself helping this sport grow after your high school career ends?
I feel like I have a possibility of trying to help this sport grow after my high school career.
And
Yeah,
Lisa replied back to you, Mark. She
that's
said
what
that's
I
her
was
maiden name.
thinking. I just do. But yeah, but I still love that name. You know, everybody's got like Rambo. I mean, everybody got like Rambo. Jocelyn, you're a
So
Rambo fan.
To be honest, I don't know what it is.
I'm, I'm old. That really makes me feel old now. I thought everybody watched Rambo. Oh yeah,
I might have watched it, but I don't remember, to be
yeah. I feel
honest.
old now. Edward probably don't even much remembers Rambo.
unfortunately, I remember Rambo.
Oh,
He's better in Rocky, but you know.
but that happens to me on the school bus too. I'll turn up Led Zeppelin or something like that, and the kids are telling me to turn it down. I'm like, you're telling me to turn down Led Zeppelin? Who's Led Zeppelin? Yeah, yeah. I think we'll ask you if you know who Led Zeppelin is. I won't. I already. Edward probably know who Led Zeppelin is.
I know who Led Zeppelin
Oh,
is.
oh.
And speaking of Rambo, my favorite thing is his knife that he has.
Well, yeah, you can't go wrong with the knife about that big, the compass.
Well, Lisa said, ask your dad about Rambo.
I will.
I bet he knows Rambo. Ah,
He most definitely does.
So I do got to ask you, what had made you think about playing flag football?
So actually, I was gonna try out for volleyball for my school because I played it in middle school for 2 years, my 7th and 8th grade year. And I've talked to the coach about playing, but then I found out that flag was becoming a thing at our school, and there was tryouts, and they're the same exact season. And I was like, I'm not worried about volleyball. I want to go try flag football because I love football in general. And I wanted to play flag football in middle school, my 8th grade year, when it became a part of TMS. But I wasn't able to because it was in the same season as softball.
So, I got to ask you, out of the games you've played so far, which one has been, like your favorite team that you got to collide with?
Like to play against with for
Yes,
flag football.
yes.
Um, to be honest, I don't know because it just depends on which game. Because some of them, I hate to say it, but they were like just blowouts, and we didn't really have we had fun, but it got boring, so we just like died. And then a couple weeks ago, we had a game, and it was like muddy and rainy outside, and like we could have won by a lot, but like it was just the weather was affecting us, and we wasn't locked in. But that was still a fun game because of certain plays in the game.
So you don't like being out there, like playing in the rain and the mud, sliding all through the mud and everything?
Not really, because when we were on the actual mud field, like an actual field with like grass, we were slipping everywhere, and you had no grip even with cleats on because you had mud stuck to your cleats. But other than that, it's fun. I like playing on turf better because it's less slippery.
But that was going to be one of my next questions about, turf or grass. So Brian said only when your dad has to wash her white softball pants is it when she likes it. But Brian, I will have to agree with you. My little girl started playing cross country this year. They did get held up in quite a few rain meets, and yellow and mud does not mix either. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, he don't like when we have to wear our white uniforms for softball and it's like dirt because I find any type of way to get dirty. Even if I don't have to slide or dive, I still do.
I was getting ready to say you still have to find some way intentionally to get a little bit of dirt. So, I gotta ask you about your flag football coach. Give me your thoughts on how he's helped you progress this season.
Well, our female coach helped me progress really well because she was talking to us about it and was saying like it's not powder puff, it's an actual growing sport and it's something that if y'all want to do in college, y'all have to take serious. Instead of like powder puff is where like it's almost the same thing. It's just like you have more fun, and it's like grades versus grades at your school. And she also invites us out to her games because she plays flag football herself. And she invites us out to her close games so we can watch and learn more about the game.
So now that she mentioned powder puff, I forgot all about that. I think that is when you asked me that the couple girls that played softball for Bell County that was playing. I don't think it was flag. I think it was that.
Yeah, a lot of schools have like powder puff for like when there's like it's homecoming week or it's like rivalry week and it's like an event you do during that week.
Okay. So you said you get to go watch your coaches' games also when they're like more
Yes.
local.
When they're more local, she like tells us and it's like nice outside. She'll tell us to come out there and watch her. And our guy coach, he helps me a lot, like with keeping my head up and telling me to shorten my routes because with my speed, I get a little carried away and go deep on all my routes, so I have to shorten them up.
Well, I would say I would go deep on my routes too, but my deep would be like 2 steps and turn. That's as far as I'm going. So.
Yeah, how my routes are supposed to be, I kind of make them a little bit further, and then on some of our motion plays, like our actual running plays, I have to work on my timing.
So I got to ask you, like, how's the like an atmosphere at a flag football game?
It's some of them are like boring because it's not like a good school, like two good schools versus each other. But when it's two like top teams, like aggressive schools versus each other, like the crowd is packed and there's a lot of like commotion, like cheering and everything.
So I got to ask you, when you're out there on the field, are you a trash talker or do you let your game dude speak?
A little bit of both because it just depends. Because a couple of the games I've said something, but most of the time I just let how I play show.
Well, if it was me and I got big interception on Mark or a big catch on him, trust me, I'm gonna trip him. I'm gonna flex on him. I'm kicking dirt in his eye. I'm gonna let him know that I was there for sure.
He would. He would. He would.
But Mark,
You know, I will blow on them a little bit. A couple of years back, we covered the Tates, was it the Tates Creek Classic?
Dave Creek Showdown.
Yeah, showdown, and that's how we got acquainted with a lot of the Louisville male coaches, staff, parents, family. And one thing I tell the folks down here, well, when you take Louisville, you take big city school, but I can tell you one thing about Louisville Bell. It's just a bunch of people, with big country hearts. They live in a bigger town than we do, but they're all big country, and you just have to like that fan base, and we was treated very warmly. by every one of them up there, and absolutely thumbs up to Louisville Mail. It's hard not to be fans of theirs, and that's the reason why we keep bringing Joshua and all of our teammates on all the time because we know what we're going to get in these interviews. Just really, really good-hearted people, and you can tell that it's a close-knit group, and they're pulling for each other, and that's all that matters. And Joshua comes in here, and she has laughs with us too. She gets it, she understands. Um, but after I said that, I'm gonna ask you one thing. I do this every now and then, but I think you can handle it. Okay, I call it my section of hard hit questions. I don't know if I've hit you with these yet, but this is about teammates only. Okay, it can't be coaches or parents or whatever. Just your flag football teammates. Because they're all in a passenger van. It's like a 15 passenger van, and the van tears up. Who's going to get out there and fix it?
I feel like our junior Cassidy would because she's actually a really good leader. She steps up in our huddles and she also leads a lot of our prayers.
Okay. So she'd say, "Give me the screwdriver and socket." Say, "I'll get out there and fix that van."
Hmm.
You, you know, if I was in the van forward, he'd make me fix it. He wouldn't get out. He'd just say, "Hurry up!" He'd be hurrying me up while he'd be doing.
Yeah, I feel like she would be like the first to go to it, but then the rest of us would come help.
Okay. So you get the
Well,
van.
I wouldn't help Mark because I'd have to stay in there to make sure when he got it fixed that the car did start. I mean that somebody's got to do that.
And that's his story. But okay, so you get the van fixed, and they're going down the road, just teammates being teammates. You're running out of gas, just pull into the gas station. Who's going to pay for the gas?
I don't know, to be honest.
Don't call Edward. Edward ain't gonna bring you no money. I can tell you that right now. He ain't gonna bring no money.
Well, I'd bring them money, but if it's you, I'm just driving on by you.
Any place we go, Edward says, "You better have gas money. Gotta have gas money." Yeah, yeah.
That's because you
It-
make me drive 35 minutes out of my way to come pick you up.
yeah. Well. Okay. So, but say you get the gas put in the van. But then you go out and you go to a teammate's house and you want to do some Netflix and chill, movie and dinner. Can't do no carry out or no order or DoorDash or any of that good stuff. So who's going to cook a meal for you that night?
I feel like, hmm, hold on, let me think about this one. I feel like one of our seniors would, especially because they like work with like food. So I feel like we could lean on them, but at the same time, I'm not for sure.
At least he's honest. They just might just say, "We'll wait till Mark gets out of the picture completely. We'll just still order DoorDash and get it over."
Yeah, a lot of us would order food.
Well, I will tell you something on Edward. After he takes all this gas money from us, he stops at McDonald's about 20 miles up the road, gets a sausage biscuit, buys 4 hash browns, and stacks them on the sausage biscuit, and won't even offer a
One
person a hash brown.
one hash brown on the sausage biscuit.
Joshua, would you
Nothing's wrong with that.
do you put hash browns on your sausage biscuit?
No. But I've never tried it either, so I can't say there's anything wrong with it.
Uh-huh.
Yo,
See,
you're
I'm
fixing
just
it.
doing the best of both worlds. I don't want to have to take time to eat a sausage biscuit and a hash brown. Just put them together. That's like peanut butter and jelly. That's like Kool-Aid, no sugar.
Uh,
That might be bad comparisons, but you know.
I would ask her the Ryan question about But in the Louisville area, you're talking probably about 2 million plus restaurants. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you. I think you can handle that question. Oh. But there's probably about 2 million restaurants in your small town. But what would be your favorite spot to eat in the Louisville metro area? I mean, can be dine in, takeout, anything.
I say my fast food is either Taco Bell or Chipotle. But my sit down restaurants, I say some type of Mexican and Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, we got a story probably on at least three of them right there. And if we
Well,
can hold you,
Texas Roadhouse for one, they still owe us some coupons or something.
yeah, they won our national championship last year in favor of these restaurants. And absolutely is not give us nothing. Thank you, Texas Roadhouse. We gave you all this free sponsorship. Nothing, not a free row or anything. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But we got two more quick stories about that. But she uh the Mexican. I love Mexican too, and maybe you can help me out, Joshua, on this one. Okay,
Mhm.
you know, Edward loves Taco Bell, but he won't eat Mexican.
And why is that?
All right, so
Explain to her
Mark
now.
Mark fails to tell this part. I am like probably one of the most pickiest eaters you'll ever meet.
Okay, hold on. I'm a very much so a picky eater too.
Well, so take Thanksgiving. Only thing I eat during Thanksgiving is turkey and rolls. I don't eat nothing else. That's how picky I am.
I only have one. I have like two things set for Thanksgiving, and it's chicken and dumplings and rolls.
Well, I don't do chicken and dumplings.
I do chicken dumplings.
Chicken dumplings are good.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the second side of that is it all says like deluxe. I don't know what's in it. And I can't just tell them I want a taco with no deluxe. If I'm doing that, I'm just going to Taco Bell to get a plain taco.
Actually, if I'm right, if he goes to Mexico, just tell him whatever he orders, the whole of tomatoes and add cheese sauce, and he'll
Well,
be just
I like the
Mhm.
tomato, but I don't want no weird sauce. I don't want no sour cream, no
So
rice,
all you gotta do
no.
is not ask for no sour cream, and then there's no weird cheese. All it is queso.
I say I don't like queso. That's weird cheese. I don't even eat cheese.
Oh,
you see what I
I
go
then
through
how do
here.
told
you
you
eat Taco Bell?
I can do shredded cheese, but cheese on my burgers I can't do. Yeah, see, I told you I'm very weird, very picky.
See,
Now just
you
give me a
even got
fried
her
bologna
doing
sandwich
this.
and I'm happy.
See, that's the reason why I got these two bald spots right here for doing this for me years.
Well, see,
Yeah.
when it comes to food, I'm about as easy as it comes. Just fix me a fried bologna sandwich and I'm happy. I don't have to have nothing else but fried bologna sandwich.
Josh, you see what I go through here.
Yeah, because a bologna sandwich would not just help me.
Yeah. Go
I'm good
to
with
a
bologna and
Mexican,
steak.
get
That's
you a
all I need.
burrito, some refried
I don't do
beans and rice,
burritos.
cheese sauce. It's
No,
only three things. It's burritos, tacos, or nachos. It's like hello nacho deluxe supreme. There's
It's
only
all the
three.
same thing, basically.
nobody does supreme.
See, yeah, this is the same guy I take to a Chinese restaurant and he orders 10 fortune cookies.
He's also got to remember I was five,
That's
six
your
year
story.
old,
That's
and the
your
only
story.
thing my mom had fed me at that time was like ramen noodles and bologna sandwich.
That's his story. That's his story. But Jocelyn, I know we've kept you for a long time, but I want to personally thank you for coming on, giving us your time, and I know you got a lot of things going on between school and flag football. We also know you're pretty good in other sports too. So whatever the future leads to you, wish you personally the best of luck. Wish your flag football team the best of luck, and hopefully we can get you back on really really soon because this flag football thing is really really interesting, and you've made it interesting for us, and we got to get up there and cover a game and get up there just and watch you and do your thing up there. And again, just wish you the best of luck, whatever the future leads to you. And I know you're very athletic. And again, thank you for coming on and thank you for having laughs with us. And laughter's the best medicine, you get it.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
So before we let you go, I got a couple things to show you. And I'm going to ask you to tell me which one of them you like the best. Now, the second one, I got caught in a dilemma. Couldn't figure out which one I liked the best, so I just went ahead and made two of them. And hopefully you pick the first one and not the second or third one. See, I'm already doing my bribing now, Mark. But out of the three, tell me which one of the three you like the most.
I like that one. I really like the first in this one.
So it's the last one.
Yeah.
The first one and the last one.
First and the last for sure.
Well, we'll take that. That's like 1.5 tonight. You got a half. I got 1.5. So the lightning struck again.
No, it only half struck. That then come back up.
But after I get the money from Everett, I'll pay you for picking that one there.
But Jocelyn, I do personally want to thank you for taking your time to come on and
A big shout out to all the comments to Lisa and her dad and they've showed you a lot of love, Jocelyn, and that you know that you got a lot of support and that's all that matters. You got a lot of people pulling for you and here's two right here at the show that's pulling for you. And like I said, big shout out to all the comments tonight and a big shout out to Louisville Mill Nation and how we was treated up Tate's Creek, second to none. Absolutely, just
absolutely.
good group of people.
And please feel free for you or your dad, either one, to reach out to me
Yep.
for any milestones you hit, regardless if it's flag football, softball, or any of the other sports that you play. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'll put you together a graphic. It'd be my privilege and my honor to be able to do it for you. And I just want to wish you best of luck the remaining part of your season and the upcoming season that you will be having.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
Two great interviews tonight.
That was a good interview, and she got a lot of comments, and and just getting to know the basics of flag football. We all know football, but there's definitely differences. You go from 7 players, 11 players. How you have to hold the ball. I mean, if I understood it right, technically there's no fumbling. If you get the ball knocked out of your hand, you're down at that point in time. So it's there's a. I should ask her what about the quarterback dropped a snap, if that would be a fumble.
Good question.
See, we got to bring her back on to bitch get these answers. But that would definitely be one. And she was very informative, and I feel like I've got a rough, of how the game is run.
And Brian, if you're still
Yes,
listening, absolutely have the head coach reach out to one of us,
absolutely, Brian.
and we'd love to bring them on and get to rack the brain a little bit about flag football and, just have some fun with them.
And Brian, you're more than welcome to come on.
He said it's a fumble and a dead ball.
And Brian, you're more than welcome to join us any night too if you want to. I can tell you're just a good old country boy too, and very informative for the game also. And I especially like the part that, I was going to ask her. I said, having Brian to do the laundry there, that sounds like me. I still, he's well, it was worth a try. It was worth a try. But I still do my kids' laundry. My kids is like 100-year-old, and yeah, I'm like, but I'd rather do their laundry because I don't even trust them with my washing machine. To be honest, I'd ask Alex right now, like, how do you boil water? I don't know. You add egg to it, don't you? Or I don't know. He would have
And,
a tough.
to be honest with you, I'd love to bring on more flag football athletes to, get to talk to them and, get to learn more about this sport.
Yeah, Brian, if Josh's got any teammates that are willing to come on, I'm happy to give Edward a shout. Whatever, we'll get some time, bring them on, and definitely the coach seems like that would be a real good interview too. And like I said, we got to make a trip up to in that area and cover one of these games. And I'd love for them to start that down here in this area, but
And Brian, if you can help me arrange that, I would love that. I would love to bring on a athlete every single week, multiple every week. I mean, I'd love to bring them on to help promote them and support that sport, and try to learn more about it. So when we do make that trip, that we're more knowledgeable about it.
and Brian, if just a help too, we got the Wednesday show. We've also got a Sunday show too. If one day would be easier than the other, more than welcome to do either or show.
Absolutely. But Mark, all good things have to eventually come to an end. We had 2 great interviews. Got to learn a lot about a new sport. Got to learn a lot about a sport that we had been around a little bit, but it's interesting on how flag football works, and I'm loving to
All
learn more
good
about
things
it.
will come to an end.
But any final thoughts?
No, again, just thoughts and prayer for the Louisville area, and again, that just we've all seen the videos, and just so horrible what happened up there, and um, Louisville strong. You know, it's a community that will come together, and in times like that, Lark County had a rough time here during the storm season. What happened there with the F4 tornado, and Louisville had a horrific incident, and they'll come together as a community, get through it, and just thoughts and prayers for the Louisville area, and it's all about cats and cards. I might be Tuesday night about the cats and cards, but we're all Kentuckians, and we're all back in Louisville right down. Our thoughts and prayers to them.
Absolutely, and I'm just going to leavings like I always do. Seasons are coming to an end. New seasons are opening up. Go out and support your local teams, your local high school, the local sports that they're playing, and these student athletes would love to see you out there on their courts, their fields, their stadiums. They would love to be able to see you out there and pack those stands, night in, night and day in. But with that being said, from everybody here at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media, I want to tell you good night and God bless.